Welcome back. You're tuned into Bazaar Morning Call. You're on CNBC-TV18. Well, as promised, our research team is standing by with all the top stocks that you need to track. Morning, guys. I'll go first, though I'm tracking a few of the steel companies. JSW Steel, Tata Steel, and if you're looking at smaller names, Vardhaman Special Steel, as well as Kalyani Steel. The reason we're looking at these names is because they have exposure to the auto sector. And over the weekend, Steel Mint, well, there were reports that indicated that the auto contracts have been revised upwards for the first quarter of this fiscal. Remember, it happens with a bit of a lag. So towards the end of the quarter, we have got that revision, which they will gain for this past quarter. That is for the quarter one, the one that we are in. On HRC, prices are up by around 3 to around 3,500. On CRC, it's up between 4 to around 4,500 odd. Just keep in mind, the last couple of revisions were on the downward trajectory. So after nearly around 12 months, you're getting an upward revision. Some part of the street, obviously, they're expecting it. We have not yet verified these rates individually, but this is good news. For Tata as well as JSW Steel, very roughly around 15% of their sale volumes will be towards the auto space. While for the other couple of names, that's Kalyani Steel and Vardhaman Special Steel, all their steel, almost all their steel goes to autos, so they will gain as well. But Ekta is joining in to tell us about the pharma space. And Ekta, pharma export data not looking too good for a couple of companies?
Well, yes. I'll start with the positive news. The likes of Lupin as well as Syngene for the month of May have shown strong export data. So Lupin, $67 million for the month of May versus $41 million month on month. Syngene also has done better, probably on the back of their animal drug, which they have been supplying. So that has aided. Divi's Labs Q1 quarter to date, it looks weak, 89 million versus 199 million Q on Q versus $250 million year on year. One of their key drugs has shown little amount of shipments Q1 FY24 Q to date, which is around 3 million versus 37 million Q on Q. So let's see how the data plays out, because it tends to be a little lumpy and, companies tend to make it up as well. But based on this, even Laurus Labs looks to be a bit weak. But remember that they had Paxlovid data same time last year. So that is something that you need to account for. Gland Pharma, 37 million versus 82 million Q on Q and versus 80 million on a year-on-year basis. That too is looking a bit sluggish. So I expect probably Divi's, Laurus and Gland to be in the red, but maybe Lupin and Syngene to be in the green.
All right, Ekta, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's go across to Vivek now. He's tracking Go Fashion this morning. Vivek, how is it looking?
Well, good morning. What we understand from our sources is that, there could be a very large block deal in Go Fashion today. We understand that Sequoia Capital is looking to sell its entire 10.1% stake in the company via the block deal route. We accessed the term sheet and we understand that the floor price for this particular block would be at 1,135 rupees a share, which is a 5% discount to Friday's closing. So the total size of the block could be around 624 crore, at that particular price. Expect some red on the stock on the back of the very large equity offering that we are likely to see today.
Okay, all right, Vivek, thanks a lot for that. Well, we're tracking a couple of more companies. Maharashtra Seamless, they've voluntarily gone ahead and repaid some part of their long-term loan to the tune of around 230 crores. Remember, we spoke to them just last week. They have a big order book in their strong liquidity position. So that's why they've gone ahead and made this prepayment. As it is, they were a net cash company. So maybe this is just a long-term repayment that they have made. Lloyd Steel, that's the other one we're looking at. In the next couple of days, they're going to be having a board meeting. They're going to be considering issuance of shares or also convertible bonds or debentures. So we're going with green on both these two stocks. But back to Vivek. Vivek, you're tracking a couple of more names. Tell us more.
Well, absolutely. A couple of names on the radar. First on my list, Titagarh Rail Systems, earlier Titagarh Wagons. Company is looking to raise funds. They've chosen the route of a preferential issue, and they're looking to raise almost 288 crore from Small Cap World Fund at 380 rupees a share. Other one on our radar is Cochin Shipyard. Some more positive news flow coming in. Company has been declared as the lowest bidder, or L1, by the Indian Navy. This is for an upgrade of an Indian naval ship. Contract size of 300 crore. Estimated duration of the project is close to 24 months. Lastly, Aventel, a smaller name, we don't discuss it much, but an important contract win that has come in for the company. An order worth 54 crore. This is coming from the Ministry of Defence. This is for development of SATCOM terminals as well as hub stations.
Okay, well, Vivek, thanks very much for that. Quick recap of stocks, and these are stocks first with positive news flow. This is JSW Steel, Tata Steel, Lupin, Maharashtra Seamless, Lloyd Steel, Titagarh Wagons and Cochin Shipyard. While stocks with negative news flow, Divi's, Laurus and Go Fashion. So that's basically what you need to watch out for. We'll come back to some of these stocks with our experts in a bit from now. Manisha is here with all the roundup from the world of commodities. Manisha, hi, good morning.
Morning. Thank you for that, Prashant. I'll start with the crude oil prices, which have seen a decline for a second straight week. And this week as well hasn't started on a very positive note. We are trading below $70 a barrel for the WTI crude prices. And prices have continued to stay below 80 despite Saudi cuts, especially for the Brent as well. So we have seen rise in U.S. fuel stocks, the disappointing China data where the May factory gate prices fell at the fastest pace in 7 years continue to weigh on. Same is the case with the metals prices also, trading very flat in the Asian markets right now, looking for cues, of course, from the U.S. Fed meeting. You have the European Central Bank meeting and Bank of Japan, all three major central banks meeting in this week, the monetary policies, that is. Ahead of that, while we have the dollar index trading below 104, but that also has not been able to support the metals in any case. The only thing that seems to be trading in positive right now is gold, which we have seen put in a second weekly gain in the previous one. Silver is trading at around 2-month highs right now, but apart from that, very choppy trades and lesser volumes as well.
Thanks a lot, Manisha, for that. Have a good day. We'll come back to you later at about 10 a.m. Let's slip into a quick break. On the other side, Prakash Diwan will join in for a discussion on the markets and all the stocks that are in focus. Stay tuned. We'll also be connecting with Anthony Lang of Sonata Software for a discussion on the impact of the recent guidance revision by EPAM and also the outlook for their business going forward. Stay tuned.